Everybody wants to know one thing. What is the best HVAC manufacturing brand out there? Is it Trane? Is it Lennox? Is it Carrier? By the end of this video, I'm going to rank every major manufacturer brand for air conditioners, ranking starting at the S tier and going all the way down. So stick to the end of the video because I'm not just guessing. I pulled Consumer Reports data, manufacturer warranty documents, CPSC recall records, and government installation studies. I wanted actual data, not just opinions. So to help kind of organize all this data, I broke everything down into 7 categories, starting with reliability, warranty, parts, serviceability, installation, the technology, and value. And then we're going to end it with the tier list at the very end. Let's start with number 1, which is reliability. Because honestly, who cares about anything else if the unit is just going to break down? Consumer Reports have surveyed over 13,000 people on their HVAC system in their homes. Now, I had a wild guess on what the survey was going to show, but I actually ended up being completely wrong. Now, the 2 most reliable brands that were shown in the study were Armstrong Air and Day and Night. But at the same time, Howell and Comfort Maker actually made it at the bottom tier of this list. Now, I had to read that twice because I always figured who is the parent company of that brand, and that should tell the story by itself, but apparently it doesn't. So just based off of the raw numbers, I have to give this one to Armstrong and Day and Night. Now, the funny thing is, the reports don't actually show why they beat their own siblings, and I'm not going to pretend that I know either. But my guess is it's just a sample size thing, indicating that these are smaller and more regional brands. Now, the next category is going to be warranty, because let's be honest for a second, it's not going to be a matter of if you need to use your warranty, it's going to be a matter of when. And I read a note on Carrier that they actually offer a lifetime compressor warranty, and I dug into this a little bit deeper, and turns out that that is not true. So if a salesman tells you that, make sure you just double check those facts. Now, if you're doing a little bit more research on Carrier, I know that this video is supposed to be more about air conditioners, but what I have also found and have worked on plenty of times is their heat exchangers. Around in the 80s and 90s and a little bit of the models in the early 2000s is that there was actually a class action lawsuit against Carrier's heat exchangers, leading to premature failing heat exchangers. And when that happens, typically carbon monoxide leaks. So you would think that their resolution would have been to change the design of the heat exchanger in the first place and do a formal recall, but they didn't. They ended up just extending the warranty instead. So some people might be excited about that extension of warranty, but you need to find out the reason behind it and know what happened in the first place. But all the other brands have their own horror stories as well. So going on the more positive side of things of the warranty, who actually wins? In this category, I'm going to actually give it to Daikin because they honor their 12-year parts warranty. And I was also reading in some cases within the 6-year mark, and if you qualify, depending on the repair needed, they will honor a unit replacement, and if you register your warranty on time, which is going to be a really key factor with every brand out there. But I know that when it comes to Daikin, if you miss the 90-day registration period for the warranty, your warranty actually drops down to 10 years. So just keep that in the back of your mind, and depending on the company that you go with, I've heard of some companies even having a 12-year labor warranty as well. Now, the next category is going to come down to parts. And this one drives me nuts because not many people talk about it enough, because this is going to be the difference between your unit getting fixed today compared to next Thursday. And one thing that kept on getting brought up even from contractors that I was reading online is how easy it is to get parts from Goodman, and also how cheap the parts are as well. A lot of them were same day or even next day, even with shipping. And this is also going to really come down to your area. And here's one little thing that surprised me. Copeland tends to make compressors for all the major brands such as Trane, Goodman, Carrier, Lennox, Rheem. And it's not to say that all the compressors are Copeland, some of them can be LG too, but that's kind of one of their main lineup brands to use. But that was one of the moments where I just kind of went, if they're all using the same compressors, shouldn't there always be the same availability? Surprisingly, that's not the case. Again, it comes down to distribution. So anyways, when it comes to parts, I'm going to give this one to Goodman. Now, the next topic is going to be serviceability. And this is one where a lot of technicians are going to come down to the comments sharing their opinion, which is valid. I definitely want you to do that. But keep in mind that whenever technician is giving you their opinion on serviceability, it's usually because that's the one that they are a dealer for. As an example, the company I work for is primarily a Trane dealer. And to me, Tranes are super easy to work on. But realistically, it's because I work on them all the time and I know them inside and out. Meanwhile, I've read online that other technicians really struggle just to replace a variable speed motor. And the annoying part is when you're doing research on this, all these opinions are coming from technicians and not the manufacturers themselves, except for one manufacturer. And one manufacturer made those spec sheets, and it's by Rheem. Their Prestige line actually lists real measurements and all the room that you need to work with, the exact number of screws in there. And look, that doesn't mean that Rheem is automatically easier to work on. It's the fact that their engineers had the manufacturer actually post those measurements to understand how to break down the unit to work on it. So I'm going to give this one to Rheem. And tying off of measurements, that's going to lead into our next one, which is going to be installation. And in this one, I'm not going to talk about how easy it is to install a unit. What's going to matter is how forgiving they are for a lazy install. So I found that NIST actually ran a 3-year-long installation study focusing on mistakes such as duct leakages, having a bad refrigerant charge, restriction in airflow, oversized units on undersized ductwork, and every one of those things can wreck the performance of the unit. So to be honest with you, nobody's going to win this category. The quality of the installation is going to win this category itself. But I'm going to come back to that at the end. Category number 6 is going to be more focused on technology. And it's not so cut and dry, as in bigger numbers just means better performance. It's a little bit more complex than that. Lennox actually has the highest efficiency ratings in the industry right now. But there is a catch. You need to consider, even when getting your thermostat, that, for example, Lennox has an iComfort system. And that iComfort system only talks to Lennox products. So you can't take off that thermostat one day and decide that you want a Google Nest thermostat. It's doable, but you're going to be changing a lot of parts in the unit. And that's not just Lennox. I know that Trane has their own lineup, Carrier has their own lineup as well. Lennox is going to take this one. Now, when it comes to value as the last category, searching online, a lot of the contractors had the same opinion, where the gap between premium quality and cheap quality is getting more and more narrow. A lot of the equipment, including Goodman, is very different now compared to 15 years ago. Goodman and Amana are pretty much under the same umbrella, which is Daikin, and they've been making a lot of good big changes as well. And considering how good their warranty is, the value with having a cheaper price but a good warranty and allegedly improving quality, this one is going to go to Daikin. All right, so that's 7 categories down. We're going to go get into the list. But before I do that, just keep this in the back of your mind that this is kind of similar to football. The best team isn't going to win in every single category, but we're looking for which team is consistently good. And in this case, it's going to be which manufacturer has been consistently better. Over the years, the prices have gone up, but the quality has gone down. So there is no best brand. But I'm still going to make the category list to determine which brand goes into each tier. For the S tier section, have Trane, Carrier, and Daikin. Trane has a national parts network and the best owner satisfaction in the consumer reports. As you guys noticed, Carrier didn't even dominate in any of the categories either, but also never had any major weaknesses consistently near the top almost everywhere. And again, with Daikin, they have the best warranty in the industry with real manufacturing scale out of a massive plant in Texas. Going down to the next tier, which is the A tier, this is going to have Lennox and Rheem. Lennox has the best efficiency number and the best tech, but it definitely costs way more to service, which I can attest to in my personal experience. And they're definitely well known for leaky evaporator coils, which is going to be really expensive, especially if you're out of the labor warranty. But again, with their technology, it looks real clean. And I also threw Rheem into here because Rheem is pretty steady across the board. They have a solid warranty, good parts, and the only brand that actually showed its work and serviceability. Now in the B tier, York is going to be alone on this one. I can respect them for having a limited lifetime warranty on their compressors and heat exchangers depending on the model that you purchase. Similar to Carrier, you definitely want to do your research on any recalls that they may have had. Let me know down in the comments which brand you have purchased and what your experience has been like. I read every single comment and I love to see your guys' stories. Don't just focus on the logo that's on your machine. You also need to focus on who is installing it, like I mentioned earlier. It doesn't matter what brand you go with. If you have someone that's going to install everything incorrectly, you're not going to have a properly functioning system, and it's going to lead to a lot of premature failures that are going to cost you a lot of money in the long run. And if you need help with finding the right contractor, click this video right here, and it's going to go through all the things that you need to consider before hiring a company. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like and hit the subscribe button. And as usual, I'll see you guys on the next call.